Out of everything I've tried this year, this is by far the most realistic AI image generator, and I don't say that because of one good output. I say it because every single image coming out of this model looks like it was taken on a real camera by someone who actually knows what they're doing. This is Higgsfield Soul 2.0, and in this video, I'm going to break down everything it can do and show you a workflow that turns these images into something even better. To start, I am using Higgsfield, clicking the image tab at the top and selecting Higgsfield Soul 2.0. But before we start generating, I want to use this for a specific project. Building an AI influencer for Instagram has been on my mind, and Soul 2.0 looks like a solid fit for it. So we are going to see exactly how far we can push this. The setup inside Higgsfield is super simple, so let us run through it. I pick Soul 2.0, switch to a 9x16 portrait frame, set the resolution at 2K while enabling Prompt Enhance to automatically refine the prompt. Right beside that, we have the preset selector, which has 20 different styles like warm ambient and swag era. Having that much variety is honestly kind of crazy, but I'm gonna leave it off for now, so you can see what Soul 2.0 does entirely on its own. And finally, there's the character selector here, which we'll come back to in a minute. So for our first generation, I'll type something simple. A young woman in a beige linen outfit standing in front of a Mediterranean building with white walls and blue shutters. And here's what comes back. The lighting looks like late afternoon sun. The fabric on the outfit has real texture to it, and the pose feels natural. She's not standing like a mannequin with her arms glued to her sides, which is what most generators give you. It feels like a friend was asked to pose for a moment, and the shot was taken right there. And that's with no preset applied, just the base model on a one-line prompt. Now I want to show you what happens when I start applying presets, because if I'm building an influencer account, I need variety. I can't repeat the same shot every time. The feed needs to feel dynamic, like this person is out in the world shooting in different settings. So I'll switch to Y2K Street and keep the exact same prompt, and the whole image changes. The color grading, the film grain, and even the outfit automatically update to fit that specific era perfectly. I'll try editorial street style now, and this one instantly gives the shot more of a high fashion magazine look with sharper contrast and way more intentional posing. Warm ambient makes everything feel softer and more golden. All that came from a single prompt, and none of it feels repetitive. These presets change the lighting direction, the composition, the way the person poses, and the overall mood of the shot. So instead of spending 10 minutes writing a detailed prompt to get a specific vibe, I pick a preset and Soul handles the rest. That's already enough to start posting. Scroll through this feed closely, and you'll notice something that could shut the account down immediately. Every single image here looks like a completely different person. People follow influencers because they feel a connection to a specific human being, so if your character keeps changing from post to post, you are never going to build a loyal audience. Everything starts with getting Soul to stick to one identity moving forward. Soul ID is how I lock that in. I'll click over to the character tab on Higgsfield, and the setup is pretty straightforward. I make sure to upload at least 20 different shots of the same person, so there's enough variety to train the character properly. You need a good mix of poses, facial expressions, and lighting setups, so the model gets a full picture of what this person actually looks like. Training takes about 3 minutes. When that's done, the character shows up in the character tab, and I can use it in any generation going forward. Next, I need to check if this holds up in different visual approaches, because that's the main goal. If the face drifts every time I change the preset, the influencer doesn't work. So I'll generate her with the Retro BW preset first. And the face is exactly the same person, but the styling and lighting completely changed. It strips down to black and white with real film texture. I'll try theatrical light, and she still looks like her, just with more dramatic shadows and a moodier feel. Siren gives it this deep saturated color palette, and street photography pulls it into something more natural and in the moment. Across all four, the face, the jawline, the skin tone, everything stays incredibly consistent. Now it's time to actually build out her feed. I will select my character, apply the swag era preset, and type wearing an oversized blazer with gold jewelry, urban background. The outfit matches perfectly. The preset adds a bold look, and most importantly, the character stays exactly the same. Next, I will switch to warm ambient and type outdoor cafe with a sundress, morning light, and coffee on the table. And I am honestly amazed at how well this holds up. We get a completely different vibe and outfit, but the exact same person. I could keep going like this by switching presets and writing new prompts for every post, but there is a much faster way to get a specific look. Instead of trying to describe a vibe in words and hoping Soul gets it right, I can just upload a photo that already has someone in the exact setting I want and swap my character into that image. The way it works is I upload my character as the source image, and then I upload a target image that already contains someone in the scene. Higgsfield keeps the entire photo intact and replaces the original person with my character while preserving the lighting, the mood, the composition, and the color tones. I will upload my influencer and choose a target image to show you. This one is a cafe shot with soft window light, wooden tones, and a model sitting at the table, and Character Swap replaces that model with my character in that exact setting. It keeps the lighting and environment from the original photo while maintaining her identity perfectly consistent. I will try a completely different target now. This one is a flash photo with a nightlife look, darker tones, and much harsher lighting, with someone already facing the camera, and Character Swap replaces that subject with my influencer while keeping the harsh flash and cooler tones untouched. We get the same gritty late night vibe, but now it is my character in the frame. So whenever I see a shot with someone already in the best lighting and composition, I upload it as the target, replace them with my influencer, and preserve the full atmosphere seamlessly. We now have a totally consistent digital identity across completely different settings, and every single shot looks ready to post. Look carefully and you'll see what's off. The small imperfections that make a photo feel real just aren't there. A coffee in hand, a bag over the shoulder, or a product she is actually using. Adding those props in is exactly how you take a cool picture and turn it into something a brand would actually pay for. And when those small details are missing, the whole feed feels flat. Here's how this next feature solves that problem. I've got this image of our influencer sitting in a cafe, and I want to add something to it. Instead of regenerating the entire image and hoping the AI adds what I need, I can edit it directly. In the top left corner, I'll hover over Edit and then select Nano Banana Pro in Paint. What this does is let me draw a mask over any area of the image and tell the AI what to put there. The rest of the image stays exactly the same, so I'm only changing the part I want to change. It directly matches the lighting, color grade, and style of the original image, so the edit blends in seamlessly. So I'll draw a mask over her hand and the area next to it, and I'll type holding a matcha latte in a clear cup, and the matcha appears in her hand. The lighting on the cup matches the morning light in the scene, and it looks completely natural. The reason this works so well is because the base image from Soul 2.0 already had clean lighting, a natural pose, and realistic skin texture. Nano Banana 2 usually gives you a strong foundation, and it is why the edit usually works straight away. If the base had been flat or stiff, this edit would look off no matter what. I'll do another one. I'll take the image of our influencer in the theatrical light preset, and this time I'll mask the area near her shoulder and type a designer tote bag hanging from her shoulder. The bag appears with the correct proportions, the strap rests naturally on her shoulder, and the lighting blends in perfectly. One more pose for the feet, and it took me about 30 seconds to add that detail. And this is where it gets really useful for anyone doing UGC. I can edit any of these images, add holding a white skincare bottle with a minimal label, and create a fully consistent influencer lifestyle shot that looks completely real. It works for whatever product you want. That is a full UGC ad created from scratch without hiring a model, booking a photographer, or shipping a product to anyone. The reason I keep coming back to this workflow is the Nano Banana Pro step. When the base image from Soul 2.0 is already this clean, the edits usually work on the first pass instead of taking multiple attempts to get it right. If you want to try Soul 2.0 and see what the outputs look like for yourself, I left a link to Higgsfield in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.